Hello. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Eddie Marcus. One more time, early on a Monday morning. And I'm here because I've got some wonderful news I want to share with you. For those of you who are looking and hoping and been praying for some wonderful news, here it comes. How many of you have watched a television program that's been on for quite some years? It's called Touched by an Angel. I remember being in prison, and every day that program would come on. Many of the prisoners would be in that recreation area just to watch this story about Touched by an Angel. It was so uplifting and such a wonderful message about some ways that you can experience what the message of God is all about. And so, it might help some people when they got out to think about some things that they had never been thinking about before. Touched by an angel. Can you imagine what that is like? Well, no, I'm not here to tell you that I am an angel. I might be, but I don't know anything about it. As far as I know, I'm just like you. And are you an angel? Well, I'm sure you would say no, but one thing, you are a child of God. And you are loved. And so am I. I am a child of God. And I come here because I have a message for you from God that you are not familiar with. That message is that God loves you. God truly loves you. Those of you who go to church, you're constantly testifying about how much God loves you. You say He wakes you up in the morning. You got your health. For those of you who got health, and those of you who might have some problems, you're still praising God because you're still here. And the ability to do all of the wonderful things that you do. And for those of you who have a measure of comfort in life, you thank God for that because you have that, especially when so many others don't. Well, you see, what I'm saying to you, ladies and gentlemen, is that your testimonies are real. God does love you. God loves you as much as the earth existence. God loves you as much as all of the things that's on the earth. And even you, right there where you are. God loves you as much as the body that you have. God loves you as much as the clothes that you have on your back. Truly, God loves you as much as the suffering that you're going through. You see, there's no doubt about how much God loves you in that relationship. And you might think, if God loves you, why is the world so messed up? Why is it so corrupt? Well, let me explain something to you, ladies and gentlemen, that perhaps you have not had explained to you in the way that I'm giving it to you right now. You see, the fact of God loving you, there must be no doubt, because it is God's duty to do what God does. It is God's duty to love. And as God loves you, as you give your testimony, He's doing God's job. The problems of the world today is not because of God. It's because of you. Your failure to do your job. And God understands that you don't know that, and that's why I am here. Many times you've seen me and I've fussed and I've cussed and I've done everything to try to see if I can get your attention. And I guess up to this point I've failed to get your attention. However, it doesn't matter. I'm still here today. And I want you to know that God knows that you have no understanding of what it means to love God. Yes, when you give your testimonies about how wonderful God has been to you, that's offering up some kind of praise, a measure of praise, and God appreciates that. It truly does. But it is not that kind of praise that's going to make your society better. It is not that kind of praise that's going to make life better for anybody here on earth. The kind of praise that God needs is for you who are aware that God loves you, you who give testimony about how much God loves you, is to allow that education, allow that spirit, that obvious spirit of love that you testify about in you, for you, serve God, give it back to God. You know, somebody says, pass love alone. Means if God is loving you in such a fantastic way that you can come out publicly and acknowledge it. And many times you're on your knees praying for God to do something else, this and that. That responsibility is in our hands. That responsibility is in your hands. You see, God has a plan that if you know God and you know what the plan is, you would take care of the responsibilities that are essential as far as making this a better world. You would actually do it. You see, you would start doing things because you love one another, and you love one another because God, what? First loved you. And you understand what love is. And love doesn't just start with you. Love goes around. You know, love makes the world go round. And so what that basically means, ladies and gentlemen, is addressing those basic principles that would allow that love to go around. You see, you're living in a world today that because of what you have been taught and trained, that you don't understand how that process works. You have been trained and put your focus on money. And your basic concern outside of you, thank God for waking you up this morning so you can do what? Go out and make some money. But making money is not spreading God's kind of love around the world. You see, God does not need money. God didn't come up with money. All God needed is you. And all of the other stuff has already been done. And for you to know the truth. And when you express and exercise the truth, the rewards will be peace and joy and freedom and prosperity and the fulfillment of your dreams. When you know the truth, you will act according to the truth. And basically what I'm saying is that you have been made in such a way that the gifts that you have, those things that you love to do, that in many cases you can't do, those jobs that you're in that you don't love but you're there because you make money, they don't really address anything but the problems of the world that you have. Today, it creates that lack of knowledge. Now, what I want you to know is this, is that you were made to exercise that gift that God has given you. And God has prepared it in such a way that when you exercise those gifts, you create all of those needs, basic essentials for survival and all of the other stuff that gives you peace and joy. To the extent that you don't have to lie, you don't have to cheat, you don't have to steal, you don't have to kill, you don't have to engage in war or even think about war. Why? Because your dreams are being met. All of your dreams are being met. You're not upset with anybody. What you're doing is expressing and experiencing and sharing the love of God around through your existence itself. Now, that's how you get peace. That's how the world gets corrected. Not by making money. Money is a tool that's used to do what it does. It distracts you. Because of money and what you have been indoctrinated into, you know nothing about what I've been sharing with you. And though I've shared it with you right now, you understand and that it's true, but it's hard for you to believe because your whole life, everything you've been taught in your whole life has been the opposite of what I just shared with you. But it is because God loves you that I stand here and share that with you. Here's the question. Will you receive God's love? Will you receive God's message and accept it and do those things that's essential to get rid of this education about money, to get rid of these problem things and accept God's way and change things? God don't need money. All God needs is love. The love that you testify about, to be experienced and shared from you to one another. And God gets the glory. That's the true service of God. Yes, testifying about how good God has been to you is wonderful. But it is even better when you add the other part about how good you have been one another as a tool, an instrument, an agent of God's love. I want to thank you so very much for giving me this your time. And again, this is Eddie Marcus saying goodbye.